Schefter came out and said this about Christian Wilkins. Fully intends to play this season, folks, but still is rehabbing his foot injury per his agent. So far, 26 teams, folks, have reached out and are waiting for Wilkins to be ready, and Wilkins is expected to have a new home as soon as he wants. 26 teams reached out. That makes me think the Browns are one of the teams. They're always shopping and looking for new defensive linemen, okay?
The Browns have been making moves left and right, okay? Obviously, they made the decision to not bring back David Njoku, and there is still a vacancy next to Harold Fannin in the tight end room. And let's take a look at this. Here it says Cleveland Browns announced big roster move. Cleveland Browns announced a big roster move on Monday. Cleveland has re-signed tight end Blake Whiteheart. The 26-year-old Whiteheart appeared in all 17 games for the Browns last season. He had 2 catches for 4 yards. In his 2 seasons with the Browns, Whiteheart has caught 8 balls for 55 yards.
Not the quarterback from Colorado. 2 other quarterbacks. One, a former first-round pick, and the other one, a potential pick, I would guess, at number 24 for the Cleveland Browns. And this is starting to gain more and more steam. There's starting to be more and more fire. Now, is this a smokescreen for trade purposes? I don't know. I mean, it's not like you'd want to be trying to throw other teams off scents of other players at 24. All right, at 6, I get it. Absolutely. They're not taking Ty Simpson at number 6.
And 1 touchdown, okay? Originally signed as an undrafted free agent by the Arizona Cardinals in 2023, Whiteheart appeared in 2 games for Arizona during the 2023 season. Whiteheart could be used more on offense next season since David Njoku is gone, okay? So this is a guy that might be able to help out more on the offensive side of the ball now that there is going to be more snaps available at the tight end position. Harold Finn is not going to play 100% of the snaps. This guy could potentially be good for run blocking.
Haters are real quiet right now, like library quiet, like did the mic cut off? Quiet. The Cleveland Browns just rolled out something that looks less like an offensive line and more like a full-on security system. We're talking vault doors, steel walls, and a do not disturb sign for every defensive lineman in the league. And right in the middle of it all, Shedeur Sanders, standing back there like he just unlocked cheat codes. No more excuses, no more chaos in the pocket, no more defenders showing up uninvited like they got VIP access. Those days? Gone. This isn't last year's patchwork line held together with hope and crossed fingers. This is a rebuilt, reinforced, upgraded unit that looks like it was designed in a lab for one purpose only: protect Shedeur Sanders at all costs. And let's be real for a second. If you give a quarterback like Shedeur time, oh, it's over. That's not a maybe. That's not a we'll see. That's a guarantee. This isn't just about blocking bodies. This is about controlling the entire game. When Shedeur drops back now, he's not running for his life. He's not panicking. He's not throwing prayers. He's reading defenses like a Sunday newspaper and picking them apart piece by piece. The Browns didn't just tweak the offense. They tore it down, threw away the old blueprint, and said, let's build something scary this time. Every weak link from last season, replaced. Every soft spot, upgraded. New guards, a new center, a new tackle. And not just random pieces either. These are calculated moves. This is chess, not checkers.
And then the question is, well, if the Browns draft him, is Shedeur Sanders traded during the draft? That 3-day process of the draft, would they just trade Shedeur? Because you wouldn't, I would assume Andrew Berry would know, don't bring a rookie quarterback you drafted high into that scenario and subject him to.
And like I started to allude to, the Browns love adding D linemen, okay? They do this plenty of times in years past. They keep getting guys next to Myles Garrett, opposite Myles Garrett, to rotate in for Myles Garrett to just make that D-line their strongest unit and continue building on it. It's something that they've done, with Olivier Vernon, and you draft Mason Graham. People say, why you drafted Mason Graham? Well, they used a top 5 pick to keep adding to that D-line, go out, get Malik Collins. That turned out to be really good for Cleveland. Doing the same thing this year, right? Bringing in A.J. Epinesa and, some other guys that we're going to talk about here soon.
And here's where it gets dangerous. They didn't just add talent. They added fit. Every player on that line is there for a reason. Every move screams the same message loud and clear. We are done playing around with our quarterback. Because when your QB is protected like this, everything else starts working like magic. Receivers suddenly look faster. Running backs suddenly look smarter. Plays that used to fall apart now look smooth. Why? Because chaos is gone. Defenses can't just blitz and hope anymore. Now they actually have to think, and let's be honest, not every defense is built for that kind of pressure. And that 6th overall pick? Oh yeah, that's not just a name on paper. That's another weapon. Another piece added to the puzzle. The Browns are stacking talent like they're preparing for something bigger than just being competitive. This is not a team trying to stay afloat. This is a team trying to take over. Think about it. What happens when a quarterback has time, confidence, and protection? I'll tell you what happens. Defenses start breaking. Not bending, breaking. Because there's only so long you can cover receivers when the QB is just chilling back there like he's got all day. It becomes unfair real fast. Last season, every play felt like a gamble. You never knew if the pocket would collapse in 2 seconds or if something would actually develop. It was messy, unpredictable, stressful. Now, completely different story. This version of the Browns offense looks organized, calculated, and honestly, a little dangerous. And the scariest part? Shedeur is in control of all of it. Every read, every adjustment, every throw, backed by a line that isn't folding under pressure. No tricks, no gimmicks, no hoping things work out. Just solid protection and execution. That's how real offenses are built. So now the question isn't, can the Browns improve? That conversation is done. The real question is, who is actually stopping this? Because when a quarterback has time, space, and trust in his line, defenses start running out of answers real quick. Now here's where it gets interesting. Because I was fully expecting Acho to come in with his usual energy. You know the routine. Doubt everything, question everything, find a problem even when there isn't one.
The automatic destruction of him by a certain fan base. And I've told you, I'm rooting for Shedeur. He's not Ty Simpson. No, he's not. He's not as good as Ty Simpson as a prospect. You got one that was a 5th-round pick, another one that's getting drafted in probably in the 1st round.
I thought for sure he was going to say Shedeur shouldn't trust this line yet. That it's still unproven, that Cleveland is overhyping things. That's what he does, right? That's his lane. But this time, completely different story. For once, and I mean for once, Akko actually said something that made people stop and go, wait, did he just say that? Because instead of tearing it down, he told the truth. No spin, no skepticism, no dramatic breakdown trying to poke holes in it. He admitted that Todd Monken is in Cleveland for one reason, to set Shedeur Sanders up to succeed. And that right there, that's big. That's not just a casual comment, that's a full shift in narrative. Because anyone who's been paying attention already knew what Cleveland was doing. This wasn't random. This wasn't luck. This was intentional. They finally said, we're building around our quarterback the right way. No shortcuts, no patch jobs, no ignoring the obvious. And Acho? He saw it too. He had to acknowledge it. Think about that for a second. The same voice that usually critiques everything is now basically confirming that this Browns offense is legit. That's not just commentary. That's validation. And Todd Monken? Oh, he didn't show up in Cleveland by accident. This isn't a let's see what happens situation. This is a coach who already believed in Shedeur before all of this. He recruited him back in Georgia. He tried to bring him in while in Baltimore. This isn't new interest. This is unfinished business. So now you've got a coach who understands the quarterback, a front office that finally built the protection, and a system designed to maximize everything Shedeur does well. Every move points in the same direction. Protect the quarterback. Open the field. Control the game. Simple, but powerful. And now even Acho is saying it out loud. That's when you know something real is happening. Because when critics stop criticizing and start agreeing, that's when things get serious. Now imagine being Shedeur Sanders stepping into year 2 with this setup. Not chaos, not uncertainty, but structure, confidence, and full support behind you. Finally, a quarterback-friendly coach. A running back who can actually move like he's got somewhere to be. Receivers who don't treat separation like it's optional. And on top of all that, the best offensive line Shedeur Sanders has ever had in his life. So let's cut straight to it. What excuses are left? Seriously, what's the fallback now? There isn't one. Not a single one. And even Acho. Yeah, that Acho knows it. You could hear it in the way he was talking. He didn't dance around it, didn't try to twist it. He basically said this whole setup is designed to let the quarterback cook without being under pressure every 2 seconds. That's not a small detail. That's everything. Because pressure changes everything. When a quarterback is constantly worried about getting hit, the game speeds up, decisions get rushed, and mistakes start piling up. But now, that panic button is gone. Shedeur isn't playing survival football anymore. He's playing control football. And that right there, that's where things start getting scary. Because this isn't just, oh, he's protected now. No. This is a full setup. This is a system. This is a, we are putting you in position to make history type of move. And if you're still doubting what Cleveland just did, you might want to wake up real quick. Because the Browns didn't just level up. They flipped the whole script. This is not the same team people were laughing at last season. This is a team that said, enough talking. Let's build something nobody wants to deal with. And now Shedeur Sanders is standing right in the middle of it like the main character. So the real question isn't, can he be good? We're past that. The real question is, who is actually stopping him now? Because when you look at this setup honestly, it's tough to find an answer. And let's take a moment to appreciate this. Because for the longest time, every conversation about the Browns started the exact same way. The offensive line is trash. No receivers. No help. No chance. Same script over and over again. But guess what? That storyline is done. Finished, deleted. Now when you talk about Shedeur Sanders, it hits different. Completely different energy. Because now you're not talking about a quarterback trying to survive a broken system. You're talking about a quarterback being supported. And that changes everything. They gave him young receivers who can actually get open, not just run routes for cardio. Guys who create separation, make plays, and give him real options. They gave him a running back who can turn a simple play into a highlight. The type of player that makes defenders look lost out there. That matters, because now defenses can't just focus on one thing. And here's the key part people keep overlooking. It's not just about talent. Anybody can throw talent together and hope it works. This is about timing, spacing, protection, everything working together like it's supposed to. This offense finally makes sense. Shedeur doesn't have to drop back wondering if he's about to get blindsided. He doesn't have to rush throws just to avoid getting hit. He can actually stand there, go through his reads, and deliver the ball with confidence. And once a quarterback reaches that point, oh yeah, that's when things start getting dangerous. Because confidence at that position is everything. Everything. Now imagine Shedeur playing with full trust in his line, full belief in his receivers, and a coach who actually wants him to succeed instead of holding him back. That's not a small upgrade. That's a complete transformation. And let's talk about something else that quietly disappeared. That whole conversation about veteran quarterbacks coming in and taking over. Gone. Completely gone. No more talk about journeyman quarterbacks stepping in. No more, maybe they bring in someone else conversations. No more looking over his shoulder wondering who's next. This is his team now. No confusion, no shared spotlight, no distractions. And yeah, he's in his second year. But this situation, this doesn't feel like a second-year setup. This feels like a team saying, we trust you. Go lead us. That's a big difference. Because now he gets to play free. No constant pressure from coaches questioning every move. No second-guessing every throw. No feeling like one mistake puts you back on the bench. Just football. Just talent. Just opportunity. And that kind of freedom, that's rare. That's the kind of situation quarterbacks dream about. Because now, if he makes a mistake, and every quarterback does, it's not the end of the world. The line still holds. The receivers are still in position. The system still works. That safety net builds confidence, and confidence builds dominance. And when you step back and look at the bigger picture, this completely changes everything about the Browns. Last year, it was finger-pointing season. The line can't block. The receivers can't get open. The run game isn't there. It was noise everywhere. Now, silence. Because all those problems, addressed. All those weaknesses, fixed. Now Shedeur has everything he needs, and that alone makes this offense dangerous. But it's not just dangerous, it's explosive. This team is young, fast, aggressive. and built to hit defenses like a freight train. Every play is going to feel different now. Every drop back, every read, every throw, it's all happening from a place of control instead of chaos. He's not trying to survive anymore. He's trying to dominate. And that mindset shift, that's where the real damage happens. Because once a quarterback starts playing like he knows he can't be stopped, defenses start feeling it. They hesitate. They second guess. They fall apart. So again, who is actually stopping this? Because when you break it all down, protection, weapons, confidence, coaching, everything is lined up. The Browns are finally putting the right pieces around Shedeur Sanders. And let's not sugarcoat it. This is about to get real dangerous. Not, oh, they might improve dangerous. We're talking defenses losing sleep during the week dangerous. Because we've seen this movie before. And it usually ends the same way. Ohio State receivers? Yeah, those guys don't just show up. They develop different. They come in as the second option, the maybe next guy. And then boom, suddenly they're torching NFL defenses like it's practice reps. It's a pattern. It's almost predictable at this point. They learn the system. They sharpen their routes. They build confidence. And then when the lights get brighter, they don't shrink, they take over. And here's the part people keep missing. Shedeur Sanders doesn't need a big-name, already-made superstar walking in with hype and headlines. That's not the formula. What he needs is someone who grows with him. Someone who hits their peak at the same time. That chemistry, that timing, that connection. You can't fake that. And that's exactly what the Browns are doing. This isn't random drafting. This isn't let's just grab whoever is available. No, this is calculated. This is strategic. Pick number 6, pick 24, pick 39. That's not just draft capital. That's opportunity. That's flexibility. That's a front office saying, we are about to build something serious around our quarterback. And let's be clear, they're not just adding bodies to fill space on the roster. Nobody cares about that. They're adding playmakers, guys who can step in and make an impact immediately. Guys who can stretch the field, create separation, and give Shedeur real options when the play breaks down. Because the more options you give a quarterback like Shedeur, the more dangerous he becomes. Now think about this for a second. You've got the line handled. Protection is solid. You've got the run game improving. Defenses can't ignore it. And now you're stacking weapons on the outside? That's not balance. That's pressure on every level. So now what does a defense even do? Seriously, what's the game plan? You double one receiver? Cool, there are 2 more. You stack the box? Now the receivers are cooking. You drop back in coverage. Now the run game hits you. It becomes a lose-lose situation. And for Shedeur, that's where things open up like crazy. Because now he's not forcing throws. He's not hoping someone gets open. He's not guessing. He's reading, reacting, and attacking. That's quarterbacking at a high level. And the scary part? This is just the beginning. Because let's talk about those potential trades for a second. The Browns are sitting in a position where they don't have to stay still. If they see a receiver they really want higher up, they can go get him. No hesitation. No waiting around. They can move up, make the call, and take exactly who fits their vision. So now imagine this. Not 1 elite receiver, not 2, but 3 top-tier options developing together with Shedeur Sanders early in his career. That's not normal. That's not common. That's how you build something explosive. That's how you go from solid offense to good luck stopping this. And again, this isn't about just filling positions. Every addition makes the offense faster. Every addition makes it smarter. Every addition makes it more unpredictable. And unpredictability? That's what kills defenses. Because now you can't cheat. You can't guess. You can't just lock in on one player and hope everything else falls apart. Nope. Everything works together. Shedeur gets to scan the field and actually trust what he sees. He knows if his first read isn't there, the second one is. If the second isn't there, the third one is. That kind of security, that's elite level comfort. And when a quarterback feels comfortable, that's when the big plays start showing up. That's when confidence turns into dominance. That's when the game slows down for him and speeds up for everyone else. And let's be honest, that's the kind of situation every quarterback dreams about. Not running for your life, not forcing throws, not dealing with broken plays every drive, but actually being in control. That's where Shedeur is heading. And the Browns, they're not being subtle about it either. They're not trying to just compete or maybe sneak into the playoffs. No, they're building something designed to overwhelm teams. They want defenses uncomfortable. They want coordinators stressed out trying to figure out what to stop first. And depth? That's the part people underestimate. Because yeah, star power is great. Everyone loves big names. But depth? Depth is what keeps the pressure constant. Because even when one guy comes off the field, another one steps in without a drop-off. No weak links, no easy matchups. That's when defenses really start breaking. And now put it all together. A strong offensive line, a developing run game, multiple young receivers growing into stars, a quarterback gaining confidence and control. That's not just a good setup. That's a problem for the rest of the league. Because now you're not dealing with one threat. You're dealing with layers of pressure coming at you every single snap. And Shedeur Sanders is right in the center of it all, orchestrating everything. Reading defenses, making adjustments, taking what's there and turning it into something bigger. And here's the part that should really make the league nervous. Even if something goes wrong, even if someone gets hurt, even if someone has an off game, Shedeur Sanders still has options. That's the luxury Cleveland just built. This isn't a fragile system anymore. This isn't one of those offenses where if one piece falls, everything collapses like a house of cards. No, this is layered. This is built with backup plans on top of backup plans. That's why these draft picks matter so much. They're not just about today. They're about tomorrow, too. They give him talent right now, immediate impact, immediate help, but they also give him long-term protection, depth, and flexibility. And flexibility? That's what separates good teams from dangerous teams. Because now the Browns can adjust on the fly. Something isn't working? Fix it. Need more speed? Add it. Need more protection? Rotate it. They're not stuck anymore. They're in control. And when you really step back and look at this situation, it's kind of wild. We're talking about a quarterback who finally has everything lined up for him. The line? Built to protect. The running backs? Ready to punish defenses. The receivers? Getting open and making plays. The coaching staff? Actually working with him, not against him. Everything connects. Everything makes sense. And when all those pieces come together like that, there's only one word for it. Dominance. Not potential. Not maybe. Not if everything goes right. Dominance. Because this isn't just preparation anymore. This isn't a team quietly trying to improve behind the scenes. This is a full statement to the league. The Browns are basically saying, we're done being average. Deal with this. And the craziest part? A lot of people are still sleeping on it. They're still stuck on last year's version of Cleveland. Still thinking it's the same problems, the same struggles, the same limitations. But this is a completely different team. This offense is built to catch people off guard. Because once it starts clicking, it's going to hit fast. And when it hits, it's going to look like too much for defenses to handle. So let's really ask the question again. Can any defense actually deal with this setup? A confident quarterback, a strong offensive line, multiple weapons on the outside, a run game that keeps you honest. That's a nightmare combination. And the honest answer? It's hard to imagine anyone consistently stopping it. Not for 4 quarters, not week after week, because eventually something is going to break. And more times than not, it's going to be the defense. And right in the middle of all this is Shedeur Sanders, the face of it, the engine, the one making it all go. Every throw, every read, every adjustment, it all runs through him. And now that he has the support behind him, now that he has the protection, the weapons, the trust, this is where you start seeing the real version of him. Not the version trying to survive pressure, not the version dealing with chaos. The real version, the one people have been talking about, the one that can take over games. And that's exactly why Cleveland is about to be one of the most talked about teams in the league. Because when this offense starts rolling, people are going to notice. Fast. This isn't just a good setup. This is the kind of offense teams prepare for all week and still struggle to stop. The kind that forces defenses to change their entire game plan. The kind that makes coordinators stressed before kickoff. And yeah, it all circles back to that offensive line, because everything starts there. And right now, the Browns didn't just build a good line, they built something that looks elite, something that gives their quarterback confidence every single snap. And when a quarterback feels protected, that's when everything else opens up. That's when the deep shots come out. That's when the timing gets sharper. That's when the big plays start stacking up. And that's exactly what Shedeur Sanders is stepping into. A situation built for him to thrive. A system designed for him to shine. An offense that's ready to explode. So yeah, if you're a defense looking at this on the schedule, good luck. Because this is not the Browns team you remember. This is something new, something faster, stronger, smarter, and way more dangerous. And if you're ready to watch Shedeur Sanders go off this season, you already know what to do. Hit subscribe, smash that like, and don't blink.